Hey everyone, let's talk about the Global Reading Challenge. It is back for a new school year, the 2020-2021 school year. As you can imagine, it might look a little different than it has in years past, but I'm looking forward to it. They're really trying to make it work, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun. So, the Global Reading Challenge is open to all fourth and fifth grade students at Thurgood Marshall. But beyond that, it's open to every fourth and fifth grade student in the entire school district. So, every school in Seattle Public Schools gets to participate in this challenge. So, what is the Global Reading Challenge? If this is your first time hearing about it, get ready. It's pretty exciting. So, this is a chance to read high quality books, books that were picked just for readers like you. And every GRC book is chosen for its diversity representation and global perspective, and as well as kid appeal. They're books that are meant for readers like you, and kids usually really enjoy the books that are chosen for GRC. Global Reading Challenge is also an opportunity to work in a team of other students and discuss the books and compete in a trivia challenge. And this year, the GRC will be all remote, and they've relaxed some of the requirements around the teams so that teams can be smaller. You can choose your own teams, things that they didn't used to do. They're allowing you to do this year. So that should be pretty cool. And they've added something new. There's also an invitation to make art for the brand new GRC Art Challenge. So you can get creative and you can make a piece of art that represents one of the GRC books that you read and enjoyed. So this year's Global Reading Challenge books will not be revealed until November 1st, 2020. So if this is your first time participating in the Global Reading Challenge, you can see on the screen some of the titles that we read last year, all of them great books. If you participated last year, which of these titles were your favorite? Which ones did you like to read the most? I think my favorites were Front Desk, Dragons in a Bag, and Sanity and Tallulah. Those were pretty fun ones. Okay, so how do you join the Global Reading Challenge? Well, there will be a permission slip that you will need to sign and submit. You'll need to read what the GRC expectations are, and you'll need to make sure you have a parent sign to give you permission to participate. And parents are going to be really great helpers with GRC this year. So if your parent is able to help out, that is something to note and make sure that your team is aware of because they can really be a lot of help for your team. The next thing you'll want to do is form a team for the trivia challenge. So you'll need to recruit at least three friends to form a team of four people up to seven people in a group. You're going to read the books and study them together, even though this will be done remotely, and then you'll compete as a team. And there's also an art challenge that you can try with your team or just by yourself if you'd like to. So you can work alone or with some friends to make art that represents one of the GRC books. So celebrate your reading and your creativity. I'm really looking forward to that, especially if challenges or competitions or trivia aren't your thing. The art challenge is kind of a different kind, and it should be pretty fun. So, if you're interested in forming a trivia team, these are the steps that you should go through. Step one, ask your friends and your classmates to join the Global Reading Challenge with you. And then sign everyone up by making sure that everyone fills out that permission form. So if your friend wants to be in a group with you, just remind them to send in their form so that they are included as a participant. The second step is decide how you and your teammates are going to have your meetings. Since we won't be doing it in person during our lunch hour, you could meet over the phone, you could meet over email, or you could have Teams or Zoom meetings, but you'll need to decide what you can work out for your team. And then plan together which of the books you will each read. The third step is if you make a team, you'll need to decide who's going to be the team captain. And the reason we have a captain is because I need one person to contact from your team. It makes it a little bit easier for me to keep track of who I've sent things to and make sure everyone has what they need. And they have a special role when you do the competition. They are in charge of raising their hand and asking questions or forming challenges if they disagree with an answer. So they have a role and they need to make sure they're okay standing up and being heard in the middle of a competition. So whoever on your team can be that person. make sure that they email me and I will get them some forms to help your group plan and keep track of your reading, and also some resources for you to use as a study group, practice questions and videos and interviews and things that you can use to prepare. So there's some things to look for coming soon. After November 1st, I will be able to reveal this year's 7 Global Reading Challenge book titles. In previous years, it's been 10, but because we're now in remote learning and it's a little more challenging, they've lowered the number of books to 7, so it's easier to participate this year. And you can watch the presentation that I'll send out next week after November 1st. Watch the presentation, learn about the books, and plan which ones you would like to read. You do not have to read all 7 books, but you want to make sure in your team that somebody has read each of the books so that you can answer the questions about those books. Then you just need to sign the form and make your team. You will also want to start looking to place holds in Destiny and or come to the curbside library days where you can pick up copies of the Global Reading Challenge books. I will have several copies of each of the books, and they will be reserved just for fourth and fifth graders who are interested in participating. When we're done with the challenge, the books will be open to everyone to read as well because they are great books. So they're reserved just for you. But there might be wait times to get them from me because I do have a limited number. So you will want to look for other ways to read the books, like through Libby or Overdrive, which you do have access to through your library link accounts. And I can talk more about that with you as well if you are interested. So I'm really excited for Global Reading Challenge. I hope this gave you some good information. And please email me if you have a team or if you have any questions, or just anything you want to know. I will be happy to answer your questions. All right. Thanks for listening, and look for more information about which books are a part of the Global Reading Challenge coming after November 1st.